Well, confusion continues to mount over the alleged vote buying at the last national conference. That was the 55th national conference of the ANC. It's alleged that Thabang Mdletshe, an ANC member from KwaZulu-Natal, did not write a letter circulating on social media addressed to ANC chairperson of the Electoral Committee of the party. Let's get some clarity on this now. We're joined by the ANC's Electoral Committee SG, Chief Livhuwani Matsila. Chief Matsila, good morning to you. Thank you so much for joining us. We're going back and forth, I think, and now there's a lot of questions. Let's talk firstly about the validity of the letter allegedly written by Mr. Mdletshe, a scathing letter apparently addressed to President Kgalema Motlanthe, chairperson of the Electoral Committee. Where are we sitting now on the validity of that letter, Chief? I think your mic is off. Let's see if it's back on. Give us a little.
Yes,
there we go.
indeed.
Yes,
Indeed, Comrade Mdletshe is now denying that he authored the letter. We have had to contact him since yesterday to establish if he's indeed the author of the letter, because even the Electoral Committee did not receive the letter via an email or normal means of communication. We picked it up from the social media WhatsApp groups, and one of the members of the Electoral Committee dropped it in our WhatsApp group, and we decided that we need to attend to it as if it is true or an original letter. But we have now got confirmation, written confirmation from Comrade Thabang Mdletshe indicating that the letter is false and fraudulent, and that he's taking it up with his attorney and the regional secretary of eThekwini, Comrade Musa Day.
We of course here on SABC News will be contacting, will continue to attempt to contact Mr. Mdletshe to get his side of the story as well. But let's talk a little bit about what this means though for the allegation. I mean, what does this say to the Electoral Committee about possible vote buying now that we know that the letter is not legitimate? Is there still a concern of vote buying during the 55th National Conference of the party?
No, from where we are as the Electoral Committee, there is no concern whatsoever. And we have seen a tendency by comrades in the ANC to abuse the processes of the ANC, especially the electoral processes, by raising allegations without substance or evidence. And we've had to deal with a number of cases where those cases fell through the cracks and were not attended to because there was simply no evidence to deal with the issues. So our appeal is for comrades to desist, one, from making allegations of this nature without any evidence whatsoever, and also from raising complaints in a manner like this when there is absolutely no evidence. You will recall that the leadership of the various provinces, including in KZN, Comrade Bekim Tolo had indicated that they as the leadership accept the results of the outcomes of the 55th National Conference in its entirety. Now, it is strange that some comrades will sit wherever they are and fake letters and send them fraudulently to structures like the Electoral Committee. So we think that, such comrades, if they are found, they should be dealt with in terms of the disciplinary process of the ANC, because this is a misconduct that brings the ANC into disrepute.
Are you at all concerned that you, as the Electoral Committee of the ANC, may have been hasty in addressing this letter before confirming its validity, Chief Matsila?
No, we tried our best to reach out to Comrade Thabang. We write an email to him or WhatsApp and SMS to him at around 12. Only during the night at around 10, he comes back to us to deny the letter. We take everything that is brought before the Electoral Committee in a very serious light, and we want to deal with issues very quickly on the spot so that there is no ambiguity in terms of where we stand. If you leave matters like this flying all over social media and then you don't address them, then they become real news when they're fake news.
I want to talk a little bit about what this does, though, to the reputation of the electoral processes within the party. Are you concerned about how the party's electoral processes are seen, particularly by the public and even by branches who send delegates over to the conference to represent them at the conference?
No, we are not concerned at all. You see, the branch delegates went to the conference. They voted for the leadership that which they preferred. Others won and others lost. But we don't have disputes from the branches and the delegates that were sent to conference. We'll be very worried if there were disputes from branches and provincial leaders as well as regional leaders. All the leaders of the constitutional structures of the ANC are happy with the outcome. The members in good standing as represented in the branches are also happy with the outcomes of the elective conference. So there is nothing to worry about. It's just that you do have comrades who take chances and engage in issues like this, and we then have to deal with them as if they are serious until we prove that they are fraudulent, as it is in this case.
Where do you think that letter came from, Chief Matsila?
I think it should have been coming from bad losers. You know, there are people who lose conferences and events, and then they go around trying to create false stories. So it's not the first time that this happens. It's not going to be the last time, but we wish to plead with comrades to accept the results and you know, go on with their lives and participate in the activities of the African National Congress.
I think just for the purpose of the viewer, would you please explain to us just how much reach the Electoral Committee within the ANC actually has to investigate electoral processes, right? You obviously will look at the votes coming in, tally those, and then make pronouncements on the leadership of the party. But where you have allegations of perhaps a wheeling and dealing on the sidelines of the party, I mean, you saw what happened with the PEC in the Northwest, and particularly in Limpopo as well, where there were allegations of leadership saying, well, no, we're swaying our vote towards this direction and not that direction. Is that the purview of the Electoral Committee to look into those decisions made by branch delegates before they cast their votes in plenary?
Yes, we are able to look into all manners of issues in terms of, you know, irregularities that are alleged to have occurred. But we don't deal with suspicions, rumors and innuendos. We deal with facts and evidence. To the extent that we don't have facts and evidence, all these issues remain rumors, which are common in political, are not perturbed by the rumors. We just think that comrades must avoid being reckless to just go around and, you know, be rumor mongering.
Okay, I think we're going to leave it there. But just before I wrap up, considering that this letter now, as you say, its validity has come into question, and you've established that the letter apparently from, or allegedly rather, from Thabang Mdletshe in KZN and the ANC, you say he's declared to you that that letter was not written by him. Is it business as usual then for the ANC, and no complaints that have come forward with regard to the leadership of the party?
Yes, there's no complaint whatsoever. It's business as usual. We, you know, preparing to go back to work for the Electoral Committee, and those who are elected as leaders are continuing to lead the organization.
All right. Well, we do appreciate your time. Secretary there of the ANC's Electoral Committee, Chief Livhuwani Matsila, speaking to us there. And of course, we will continue trying for Thabang Mdletshe, who allegedly wrote that letter alleging vote buying on the party. But as you hear there from Chief Matsila saying, well, they've spoken to Mr. Mdletshe, who has told, apparently or allegedly told the Electoral Committee that he did not pen that letter. We'll get clarity from him as well as we attempt to get him on the show.